Today we're reacting to I seen a man buy 20 inmates in the shower. Ice Gizzle, Prison Stories 101. 24-year bid. All right, man. So this video one is in my what my audience watches, right? It's a little section in the back end of YouTube where you can see the big videos that your audience watches. When I saw it there, I still didn't worry about it. And then two of y'all DM me on Instagram, Astral Dior. Make sure y'all go pull up there and send me some videos if y'all want me to watch. So I said I will react and watch some of this. When it becomes too much or when we get the point, I'm cutting it off. So let's get to it.
And this is Prison Stories 101, where we basically get down to telling these stories that those who, of course, are free now to tell. We don't want to, let things get lost in translation. This
nigga right here, I can't lie. Oh, sorry, wrong one. This nigga right here is he's frightening. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them niggas you really probably don't want to see when you open your cell up and they tell you this the one that you at.
So we like to hear from the source itself. We got the man himself, man. Let me allow you to introduce yourself. Tell us your name and where you're from.
I'm Ice Gizzle, AKA Nathaniel Wade, whichever one you want to call me. I'm technically a latex dude, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know me. Texas, Louisiana nigga, you heard me?
Oh, okay.
So we always try to first find out, what was the crime that got you.
This nigga got two watches on.
Put up, and how much time did you do?
Which one?
Oh, how many times you go in? What was your longest stint?
My longest stint was my last stint. I just did 10 in the feds. Before that, I did like 7 in TDC, and then before then, I did like 5 in TDC. And in between there, little small stuff here. Couple of months here,
This nigga's been in prison for a lot of his life.
So let's start with the first. You said 6. I mean, how much? 7?
How much? The first was like 5.
5. What got you caught up the first time?
Playing with that iron. You heard me? Playing with that iron. I always ride with that. Technically I'm a Chopper City boy, so I can't get caught without one. It's like my American Express card. They say you don't leave home without it. So I live by that.
Yeah. The second time, the long stint. What was the reason?
Fighting the police and guns.
Okay, yeah, you got to go into just that story alone as far as what took place for you to want to get into a physical altercation with the police.
It wasn't that I wanted to get into a physical altercation. I pulled up to a gas station. I was in Mactown, Texas at the time. And
never heard of it. I've lived in Texas damn near all my life. Mactown, Texas, never heard of it.
It's a FEMA station. I walked inside, I was back when they had the starter jackets popping, So I had my starter on. I had a Saint starter jacket on. Some black jabos, you heard me, some Reeds on. So I walk inside. Now, mind you, I got a pistol in my jacket, but the butt of it is sticking out. I didn't know it was sticking out. You know what I'm saying? Loked up eyes, you know what I'm saying? So my partner had just hit me on the phone. He's like, where you at? And I was just like, on my way to the Mary Holmes. He was just like, hey, before you get out here, stop and give me some orange juice, you know what I'm saying? So we can pull up, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. So I stop, I go inside, you got a little Chinese chick behind the counter. So she speak, how you mean, all that, So I walk to the back, I'm on my little,
Old niggas don't give a fuck. They gonna do the whole everything, the whole sound effects and all, bro.
A little sprint, you know what I'm saying, talking. No, it wasn't no sprint. What I had, what was it? It was a Nextel. I was on the Nextel, you know what I'm saying? I was chirping, you heard me? So I go into the back, and you can see in the mirror in the corner, you can see everything I'm doing, just like I can see her at the counter. So she fidgeting, looking all crazy at me, and I ain't even tripping on why. So I'm talking, I open the thing up, I grab some juice, so I'm headed to the front. And I stop, bent down, grab some candy or whatever and stuff, hit the counter. By the time I came to the counter, she was just getting off the phone. Now what she did, she called the police and told them that I was trying to rob the store.
Wow.
Nigga, I'm sitting here with down there 4 bands on me. Rob the store for what?
Yeah.
So when I get there, she's stalling now. She's like, oh, how you doing? This, that, and the third. And I'm like, I'm cool, and let me get this and I'm out. And she's like, yeah, oh, I like your jacket. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry.
How you gonna say I'm robbing the store and you keep me here? I wasn't even gonna rob. That's crazy. Like, she just wanted to get this. That's crazy. I want this nigga to go to jail. I'm finna say he robbing the store, and I'm gonna keep him here when he's trying to get up out of here.
I'm like, she hitting on me? Like, I don't even do chinks. What's wrong with that?
Oh
I'm like,
my
whatever.
God.
By the time I got out the store, bro, a police had pulled up. Now this is one of them gas stations that have 2 pumps, just
Okay.
2.
Yeah.
So it's, when I came outside, my car's right here in the front, right by the pump. She pulled, one cop pulled in right here in front of me. And then the other one pulled in right behind me. They had me blocked and I couldn't move. So I'm thinking something else popping off around here, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a hot little spot. So I'm like, excuse me, I'm trying to get out. One of y'all, can y'all back y'all car up? So he was like, yeah, surely can. One thing though, can you catch that car right there and let it shake you down and see what you got on you? I say, for what? So he goes, I was told that you walked in the store trying to rob the store, so I guess you got a weapon. I said, man, get the out of here, man. Stop it. I said, I just went up in here and got this orange juice in this here. So he goes, get on the car. So the other one walking behind me. So I'm looking at him. I'm like, you serious? He's like, there's a heart attack. Get on the car. So I get on the car. So he said, before I touch you, do you have anything you that'll scrape me, cut me, hit me, abuse me, do anything out of the ordinary? Me, I'm a smart addict. So I say, you right, I got something on me. You know what I'm saying? So even if I didn't have a gun, I would have said the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I got these hands, you know what I'm saying? And whatever else, so I'm like, be specific. So he goes, where's the gun? I'm like, what you talking about? Where's the gun? I said, I ain't got no gun. So he said, okay, smart ass. So he pushed me, so my hands is out like this now. So he pulled my jacket open. I mean, it's right there, it's physically, you can see it. So he's like, we gotta, that's what he said, we gotta. So the other law stood behind me and drew down on him. You under arrest, you under arrest. I'm like, man, calm down, take it easy. I like to find a body in my pocket. So dude just like, grab one hand, put me in the handcuff, and he starts talking, mouthing off. So I'm like, bro, you ain't got to do all that. So you know how when they spread your legs out and they kick your legs out and tell you all this, right? Yeah. So in the process of him kicking my legs, he hit my funny bone. I'm real sensitive about all that, I told.
It'd be funny because, like, niggas just like, oh, I'm gonna find any reason to get on the dick ass. But hit my funny bone, nigga, squirrel. Like, damn.
Said, bro, you ain't gotta handle me like that. You're
right.
Real aggressive, you heard me? So he like, did I ask you to speak? I say, man,
right.
Man, y'all crackers about to get on my nerves, bro. I said, please don't play with me right now. I was in a good mood until you, pop, he hit my leg again. Man, I turned around and boom, because his dumb ass forgot to put me fully in the handcuffs. So I got one cuff on and one cuff off. So I turned around and stole off on him. So as soon as he fell, I grabbed my head. I was like, look what you do. Look what you did.
Yeah. I
know what I gotta do now. I gotta finish him. The other law standing up there, I know he's scary because he's shaking. He got the gun on me, but he's shaking. So I'm like, come on, man. So I jumped down on him. I said,
home.
Beat him up under the car until he decided to put his gun away and jump in it. You know what I'm saying? So now he's beating on me, I'm beating on him. You know what I'm saying? And I guess either the chick behind the counter called the police for more backup, or he called during that time I didn't hear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All I know is 5 cars pull up. And when I tell you they gave me the beating of my life, they put me in the back of the car, right? One got in the back right next to me, and another one got in the back right next to me and had me just like this. And I'm looking like, is this necessary? I don't need this type of escort. And he's like,
bow.
You know what I'm saying? He hit me in my face like this. And let's just say they beat the shit out of me and took the slow way to the prison. By the time they got there, my jaw was broke. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't talk. I was bleeding everywhere. They took me in. Back then, Collin County Jail was underground.
Oh. He said Collin County?
I couldn't talk. I was bleeding everywhere. They took me in. Back then, Collin County Jail was
what? That's where I went. Where did he say he got fucked up at? Dang, what? Collin County Jail was underground. Bro, what?
Underground. It wasn't like it is now. It was the old jail they took you in this tunnel and they walked you all the way down that way and stuff until you got into the jail.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm walking through that dripping blood everywhere, and I don't know what happened. When I woke up, I was in detox, in a drunk tank. And when I said I did not have a charge on me, they didn't give me a visitation, a phone call, or nothing until I healed up. I was sipping through a straw, eating soup, broths, and all kinds of stuff for like almost 4 months. Then the charges came.
4 months? Damn.
Were you not afraid that the other police was going to shoot you at that time?
I thought he was, but I was gonna get my licks in. I mean, he looked scary, but who knows? You know what I'm saying?
That is facts. So we normally like to find out where you served time. What all units were you in? Where all did you go as far as federal penitentiary went?
Or as a feds?
As far as the feds, and then also if with the regular state.
Okay, state-wise, I have been to TDC multiple times. So I've been over to Beto 1. I've been to Gurney. I've been to Larry Guest. I opened that bitch up. I was in right across from Ferguson. What the f is that? East Ham. I've been on East Ham for a little while and stuff. Got out, turned around, came back and stuff. Then they sent me to
Oh damn, my bad. I forgot I was on this account, y'all.
what is that called? They sent me to Sherman. Sherman is the in-between when you catch a Fed case or whatever and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They put you out there and stuff. I started in County in McKinney jail and ended up over there until the feds came and got me. So when I went to the feds, I was in Pollock. They call it Pollock, Pollock, for those who want to correct my grammar. But we call it Pollock, those who serve and live there. So I stayed in Pollock and ended up getting shipped after putting into work. I ended up going to Florida, to Coleman too.
When it comes to, you know, we ask why, of course, you went in. We ask where, when. What time frame was this? What years did you? If you can remember.
92 was the first time I went. 92, then 2000, 2002. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2002, and then 2012, beginning of 2012.
Now, the latest one was the longest one?
12 up until 22.
When it comes to, we try to find out the who, as in who was affected by you going in and serving all this time, whether you had a mother, brother, father, sister, kids.
I mean, I had all that.
Yeah, who was affected?
I was married at the time, so my wife was affected, and then she was pregnant. So she was like 5 months pregnant when I got the charge, and then sitting in federal court, you know what I'm saying? You know, usually they'd be like, okay, blase, this, and that, you serve that, and you go straight back. So she was in the court with me. So when they made me stand up, take all my stuff, my jewelry and all that stuff, I handed it all to her, cell phone and all that, and then she never seen me again. You know, until I got processed and went down the road. But it was a while before that happened.
Wow.
Because they take their time in the Fed, they ain't in a rush. Shit. Once they got you, they got you. Yeah.
So the first story I want to get out of you as far as you breaking down your first day in, and it's probably going to go back to state because you've already done, by the time you got the feds, you already done state. So this is for that 5-year sentence. Like you already, you know, you leave county. Were you in county or were you already in state?
When I went to the feds?
No, when you were that 5-year stint, where was that at?
The first 5?
Yeah.
The first 5 was in County. I was in McKinney, Texas.
They kept you in jail for 5 years?
No.
Okay.
No, I did maybe, don't give me the line, bro. I don't know how long. I ain't do that long in the county before I pulled chain.
Yeah.
And ended up going down there to Gurney unit where I did like 7 or 8 months down there, and then they shot me to my unit.
So when the first day, walk us through your first day going to the Gurney unit as far as, you know, this is you going.
Butt naked Gurney?
Please, yeah. Walk us through that first day if you don't mind.
Oh, man.
Man. Nigga said.
That was a long time ago. You get off the bus, they strip you butt naked. You don't go no further than the bus. That's why they call it butt naked Gurney. You get naked just as soon as you get off that bus.
That's
and they
crazy.
gonna put you back to back with some, you have no idea who the f he is. Y'all gonna sit back to back. Y'all be lined up. They're gonna be yelling at you and stuff and telling you about intake, explaining to you where you at, calling you out your name, talking crazy to you. You're gonna have a over here in white over here cutting hair. You know what I'm saying? Shape, because like you come through there with all that cute hair and dreads and braids and all that stuff.
Chopping that shit.
None of that. And if you don't care about if you care about keeping it, they're gonna lock your ass up. They're gonna put you in a hole if you don't want to get your hair cut. So most people don't even know what the hole consists of yet, because you just getting here. So you gotta go ahead and cut it out, man.
Yeah, cut that shit.
And
I don't know what the hole look like here.
Because he gonna be like, how you want it? Man, if you can't come, yeah. So
what do they prep you for that first day? Like, as far as they tell you about do you have a cellie? Do they tell you about how commissary works? I mean, what if you can remember, if you go back that far?
They prepping you wise is basically intake. You going to the infirmary, you heard me, and they checking for diseases. You taking these shots, you taking all these.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can check fully to see what you got, what you don't have, and stuff. And they making sure you have shots to be on the unit with everybody else. You don't take your shots, then you're going in the hole.
That's one thing that was weird to me. Like, you giving me needles in jail, and I get it. I guess I understand because of diseases and stuff. Like, but they giving me shots and they give me needles. I'm like, I don't like this. You feel me? Like, I don't like that. What you do you have da? Nah. Here you go. Stick your ass.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So if you sick or whatever, this and that, they gonna put you somewhere where all the sick people at. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you go through intake. They tell you the rules and regulations about what's going down. Then they you to a job, you know what I'm saying, where you're going to the whole squad, or you're going to the kitchen, or picking up paper. If you medically reduced to the point where you can't do too much and nothing, you'll probably end up on the unit walking around picking up paper, or become an SSI, pushing the broom. You know what I'm saying? Which is a sweet job of working in laundry, where all the nosy niggas at.
How many fights did you have in your, just through the feds, through state? How many fights did you have, would you say?
Oh my God. Let's get this straight. In the feds, I might have one fight, and that's because they disrespected me. And it was just like, between my speaker and the speaker of their car, they were just like, before we go to war, just let them go in there and handle their business. Whoever come out, come out. Whoever don't, just don't. And we gonna kill it at that. But if this shit keeps going on right here, we going to war. You know what I'm saying? So that was like the only fight I really had in the feds, because you gonna knife up, you know what I'm saying, when you go to the feds, versus being in the state and you like on man time. See, ain't no such thing as man time when you go to the feds. When you walk in, choose, lose, or be confused. And you really don't want to be confused, because before lunch, your ass gonna get life lighted off that. Because the first thing they're gonna ask you for, nobody gives a where you from, but when they find out where you from, they're gonna say, your people over there. Your people over there. Oh, you on game time and shit? You need to be over there with them. And the first thing they're gonna ask you is, you hot? Now, mind you, when I first got there, I didn't even know the lingo. I was dumb as a box of rocks. So when it says you hot, I told it, yeah. Almost got, I'm talking about, they pulled me in a room and everybody clutching. Everybody got their hands in their pants. I'm like, these some freak ass little man. Like, what's wrong with this here? I'm like, what? And I'm looking, I'm saying, oh man, they clutching, these got knives. So they asked me, they're like, where you from? So I said, this and that, what you do? And when I tell them, they like, so you hot? I'm like, yeah, I'm hot. The who asked me the question and shit, right? He turned around and looked at everybody in the room and then pulled his shit out. He said, I'm gonna ask you one more time, you hot, my? And I'm like,
what does that mean? Facts. I'm not just saying, I'm be like, what you mean? But I mean, I'm not gangster, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't just like jumping at shit. I'm just be like, I mean, what you mean? Like, I don't know what that means. What's that mean?
I said, because if you're talking about the humidity in the room, yeah, it's a little hot up here. You got like 9 up in this, you know what I'm saying? So in this small ass cell, cut the down. So it's like, this here funny in the. So a who knew me was sitting on the bunk and shit like this and shit. He was just like, man. He said, man, I know Lil Woe. He's like, he ain't on that type of time and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he don't know. This is his first time down here. He don't know. He don't know what y'all talking about. So somebody explain it to him. Well, y'all got that dude for nothing. So I'm looking at him like, what they talking about? He say, man, did you rat? Did you snitch on somebody? Do you got a K1? I'm 5K1 on somebody. Anything. You told on them dead, you told on them live. Did you tell? Period. I'm like, no, ain't nobody on my case but me. But still, when you get to the feds, you can jump on any case you want just to get a time cut. Rule 35.
Damn.
But I ain't rocking like that. Like I told her, no. So it's like, you got 30 days to get that paperwork in here. And after that, you straight. But if that paperwork come back up, you ain't limping out of here, partner. You either get life flighted or you dead. So my partner, he looked at me and stuff. He was like, he said, "Man, I spoke on your name. Man.
Yeah.
I hope you straight, man." I'm like, "Man, nigga, I'm good." And nigga, all right. But you still ain't get no care package or none of that until that paperwork come.
Damn.
So I ain't get no shower shoes. I ain't get no soap, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? I had to go up on the they gave me coming in the door. Because then nobody want to holler at me until they know I was a ride or die ass nigga. Other than that, they don't give a who birthed you. You can be my cousin, you can be my grandson. They don't care about none of that shit. If you ain't straight, you ain't walking this yard.
Damn.
And they'll rather kill you themselves than allow somebody else from somewhere else to do it.
So this is how it is in the feds. Shoo. It's heavy. You know, we be watching Bill Feasy, Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. The feds sound like, sound a little wild. I mean,
that's the rules.
Cause how Bill Feasy say, if that happened, I mean, where he was at, they would just put him on the door, as he say. He can't be in this area. Over here, we gonna kill you. Fuck it.
So, can you tell us? And let's just go back then let's go state. Do you remember your first fight?
My first fight? Yeah, I remember.
And if you can walk us through that, who it was, why that happened, who was the aggressor?
All right. So, I get to East Ham, right? So it's got this long ass hallway. It's pretty in the bitch in this hall. I'm looking at marble floors and shit. I'm like, all right. And I'm walking. I got my mattress on my shit. I see a few guards walking. Then I see a whole line of walking and they butt ass. They going to the shower. I'm like, man. So I get on my dorm, right? So everybody looking at me. So you got a pile of essays over here. You got a pile of essays over here. You got some black dudes over here. You got some over here. Everybody in piles and stuff. Me not knowing what's going on, I'm walking up in there and shit with my shit looking like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, shit, where I go? So the law came up to me and said, "You over here." Went in there, put my mattress down. As soon as the law walked out, two walked in. "Where you from?"
Yeah.
Damn, look, testosterone in your voice, man. You coming at me like that? I'm like, I'm from New Orleans, you hear me? But I've been saying to guys, I was raised out here. It's a long story. So let me talk about, well, your people out there. You know what I'm saying? So they went outside and whistled. It came from up under the stairs. Tall ass, about 6'4", named Tadpole. Him and another walked up in and said, "Tell me, where you from again?" So I run into him and shit. So it's like, oh, all right. So it's like, how you want it? You want it back door or you want it one at a time? I'm lost. What? Do you want a back door or do you want it one at a time? I said, okay, I'll see, this is a trick question. Y'all not gonna tell me. I said, before I know it, this one out hit me in my face. We start fighting. So he started taking bing, 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 bing. So another dude came up in there and stuff. He kicked me. I fall on the ground. He talking about, get up, get your up. It is so narrow in the cell, you know what I'm saying, that I was trying to keep my balance, but I couldn't see that. You can't fight. I'm like, yeah, I can fight. Now back the up and let me stand up. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? So he said, I asked you, did you want a back door or did you want it one-on-one? You didn't answer, so you're going to get a back door. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fighting my ass off, and these other run up in there and boom. I made it through that. And after that, nigga was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Sit at the table, I'm all bloody, face all, lip all poked up here. My teeth done went through my damn lip. You know
Damn.
So how's talking all this shit?
Good people over there. You want a back door, you want a one-on-one. Like, thing is I would have just had to ask, what's the back door? I would have chose the one-on-one. You know, one at a time, okay, next. But But I would have wanted to know. I would have wanted to know what's the back though, because is it easier? I want the easier one, so I'm gonna choose the one-on-one. Fuck.
And asking who I know and do I know this person and pulling out photo albums. I'm like, these niggas don't beat my dad, want to show me some pictures and shit. I'm mad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What would you say was your worst fight?
My worst fight was in a riot. That was the worst one.
What and let us know as far as what kind of where you was at, how the riot kicked off. Did you know the riot was about to go down? Kind of walk us through that.
I was on Smith Unit in Lamesa, Texas, and this guy named Horsehead comes on the wing. He just got here. Now it's clear from the way he walked, he a whole homosexual. It's clear. There ain't no questioning that. The way they walk, everybody know. So most tune up their face like, and then you got some niggas licking their chops and like, Come to find out, the punk got some money. So the way things go, when you get off the bus, you're gonna go up in there, you're gonna do your 1-2 step, and if you make it through that, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna fuck with you. But if you
everywhere you go, as soon as you get off the bus, you gotta start fighting that nigga. Everywhere you go, as soon as you get off the bus, you gotta start fighting. Shit.
Good. I'm gonna tell you, every time somebody come through that door and they from outside or trying to get this way, this what happens. We gotta check them. You know what I'm saying? So they had this thing called ride, fuck, a bus of 60. 60 was the limit at the commissary store. So if a nigga think you a duck, a broad, or whatever, did this and that, finna fight you and see if we can get you to come up off that whole limit, if it's possible. You know what I'm saying? So, making a long story short, Horsehead come through that. So they're like, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What they didn't know was Horsehead had some hands. He had some dick sucking lips, but he had some hands too. You know what I'm saying? So he run in the cell with my homie Big V, Big Vincent and shit. Vincent and they tag teamed on his ass and both of them came running up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So he come out with his hands on his head. Who else found? Who else found? Who else found?
Who else?
Later.
Who else? Hell no.
Let me find out what room you in.
Hell no.
So,
hell no. What? Came in there. That nigga come. He came in there. Whooping nigga. Hey, and
partner, he claimed he ain't no homo, right? He ain't no homosexual, none of that shit. He just make these punks ride and shit and take their money. So he was just like, I'm gonna get this hoe. I'm gonna put this hoe up under my wing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, go do your thing. He go holler at the punk. 2 days later, he's sitting on the floor next to us where we watch TV at. You know what I'm saying? So I looked at him and shit. He said, yeah, you know what it is. He's whole self. You know what it is. And his grandma putting that money on my books. So I'm like, all right, we eating, we spread tonight, huh? Spread on you. So he's like, yeah. So a week go down and shit, this nigga get caught at count time. They in the shower.
oh no.
Yeah, him. Yeah, in the shower. So now the Victoria nigga, the secret is out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you down bad, bro. You told me that you ain't get on like.
Yeah, and like that's already, that ain't even that. You don't even believe that. You do all of that, put a nigga on your wing, sweet talking nigga to do, and sit on the floor next to you, like that don't even. No, you do that? Oh yeah, you be on that. But I'm not gonna, it seemed like over here it's okay, cause he's still talking to the nigga.
Like that, you just be making them hoes ride. So he like, oh man, they lying, they ain't go down like that and shit. I took that to the shower and made that hoe dush, cause she just got to another nigga.
There it go right there. You talking about she, you too deep in. If you didn't go like that, you wouldn't be talking about no she. You talking about she, the niggas that are convinced, that's like you calling her the nigga she. So you clearly you on that.
Ooh, and I told her, bring me that bread.
Her.
So whatever, man. Fast forward 2 days later, another chain bus come. This Hispanic dude come. The actual owner of this pump. that's been his lover for the last 9 years down south at another unit. You know what I'm saying? So they basically following each other. You know what I'm saying? So he got ran up so he can come down there and run down on him. So when he get off the bus, he's shooting kites because he on B dorm, we on C. You know what I'm saying? So Kite come over there and they're like, yeah, tell your boy come to the fence. I heard he got my. So nigga like, what bitch? Who the fuck that talking about? Shit, I guess something about you, cause right now ain't nobody got nobody riding on it. They wing but you. You know what I'm saying? Just go to the fence, see what that nigga talking about. So they go to the fence, they end up getting into it through the gate. You know what I'm saying?
Gate.
When I see you, nigga, I'ma pop you. You know what I'm saying? I come from my blah 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 blah. Man, next thing I know, we on our way to challenge, and all you hear is boom, smoke everywhere. They cutting each other up on the sidewalk. So when they seen who the fuck it was, everybody already know. Ain't no questions asked. Get up and start busting some. So I get into it with, I get cornered by 3 essays. I'm dealing with one. The other one on my back. He hit me, but he ain't hurt me.
You had to go to war with some niggas about another nigga's girl who's a nigga. This is why niggas prison is just this nigga, because they have a loyalty in the system, he got to get into it with another man about a girl that is actually a nigga. That's what's happening here, y'all.
Somehow I got stabbed right here. I show it to you. See that? Yeah, I got stabbed down there. So I don't know how but he crawled on the floor and stabbed me down there with something. You know what I'm saying? So that altered my I fall. Boom. So now they on me. Now they stomping me. You know what I'm saying? My name Garza, he was a mix. He was Mexican and black, but he ran with the 6-0s, rolling 60 Crips. So that was me and him was real tight. So he ran over there and shit. He helped get him off me and shit like that. Now I'm limping and can't walk, and chasing me with a rubbing hole. I don't know how I made it up out that shit. Smoke everywhere, I'm coughing. We all coughing, can't see. The National Guard had to come and break that shit up.
Damn.
Jeez.
All right. If you don't mind, you said there was one fight that happened in the feds. The only one that happened. What caused it to happen? That where 2 people had to come. So, like, what was the reason behind that? Why did? So I came on the yard, right? You know, I've already been established here like 3 years now. Maybe 3, maybe 4, something like that. So from where I'm from, who know me, right? He get on the yard and they start asking them questions, this, and that. He go through the procedure and they ask him about who he know. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, we got another from over there, and shit, he over there, you know what I'm saying, on A block, woo, woo, woo. You know, Jizzle, woo, 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 you know him. And I'm like, what? Man, that nigga hoe, woo, woo, woo. So he putting bad low out on me, you know what I'm saying? Because of something that happened in the streets between me and his cousin. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never, no could ever sit up there, bring your piece of paper with my name on it and shit. You know what I'm saying? So then said, I told on his cousin. My paperwork had been cleared since I've been there. But just because that paperwork was cleared on what I'm in there for, it didn't mean that somewhere down the line beforehand, I didn't do nothing up. Because do that. And find out later on in the game that you, on your paperwork, you straight. But then you, on this paperwork.
Yeah. Years ago.
You know what I'm saying? So, basically put bad low out. In the feds, you got the right to fight your accuser, to fade your accuser. You know what I'm saying? If they put bad low out on you and it ain't true. So when all this came down and the paperwork came back and shit, and it was discovered that I didn't say a thing, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get you.
Yeah.
I gotta get you. But I know that your people, it's not gonna let me just go at your head like that. You know what I'm saying? So I have to go to my car and go to the speaker and say, hey, I got a problem with this dude. You know what I'm saying? Put bad low out on me. You know what I'm saying? I won't fade this. You know what I'm saying? One-on-one, whatever. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, they like, we can all go. You know what I'm saying? But a nigga ain't trying to get on that type of time. Trying to chill, catch some visits, catch some hoes. You know what I'm saying? Make some plays. And you know what I'm saying? Nigga try to chill. You know what I'm saying? Because in Polak, you're going to spend damn near 70% of the year locked down. Because it's always getting killed.
Damn.
So
70% of the year locked down? Because it's just that crazy. Prison is scary, bro. And it sounds like the feds is even scarier.
As long as it's up, I'm trying to enjoy that. Use the phone, do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you got popping. I had to get this. You know what I'm saying? So my speaker went to his speaker and told him, look, my man's want to get at your boy for what he said. Shit got cleared up. He's straight. It didn't happen like that. So he spoke down on his name. He feels some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Let him get his paper. So like, yeah, I ain't trying to, man, fuck all that shit. He's like, if we going in there, nigga, I'm bringing my knife. Okay, bring your knife. I'm gonna bring my. You know what I'm saying? So we went up in there, had a knife fight, and you know, you see him sitting here. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Damn.
You mentioned
damn.
Females. Did you ever find love in there? Like you ever find yourself falling for somebody? Can you speak on what that was? how it came?
It was this one, right? Now everybody know that most of these bras that come through here, they got one on every block, most likely. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't supposed to fall in love with these hoes. You supposed to sit up there, get them to bring something in. You know what I'm saying? Or
okay, we talking about real hoes this time. Okay.
pay the late. You know what I'm saying? Find a fold and wherever we can get it done there and shit. Let me get it on and get on about your business. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. So my partner know this broad and shit. She like me and shit. She always coming to my cell and shit at night. After they do count time and shit, she sit there and talk to me. So I'm gonna talk back, you know what I'm saying? So then I started sliding the kites and all that. And she's like, I heard you was with this such and such record label. I ain't gonna mention the name. You was with this record label. Who this and that? Is that true? I'm like, yeah. So he's like, oh, you can sing, you can rap. I was like, yeah, let me hear something. So, you know, I blew her drawers out. And after that, I started shooting the kites. You know what I'm saying? So she started bringing me home cooked meals and shit like that, hiding it in my cell. You know, fake shakedown and shit, leaving me shit, bringing me cigarettes and all that type of shit. And then I think about after 8 months, she finally found that open window. Finally got that window. Took in the broom closet and I wore that out. You know what I'm saying? That was the quickest 5 seconds I ever had. Well, I couldn't even hold it. Boy, as soon as I got in there, starships and rockets. You know what I'm saying? And after that, like, I lost my head with it. Because knowing this got a nigga on every dorm probably. You know what I'm saying? Now I find myself chasing this hoe, trying to figure out where she be at and shit when she come on ship and who she be. And then when I found out she was with it, I was down bad. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't charged up about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So he fucked the situation up.
Hey, player.
Yeah. He fucked the situation up because he go blow her shit up. You know what I'm saying? Because he want to be the only nigga or whatever. Man, now she stopped shaking, bringing stuff in, and letting them even make it happen.
Whatever became of her.
Whatever became of her?
Y'all just.
I actually, no, she got fired because she got caught bringing a carton of cigarettes in to a you know what I'm saying, with an S2 and shit on it. You know.
Word.
So
yeah, it seems like all of them get fired.
Mailbox only.
Oh, some hate shit.
And got a off. But she shot me a kite from the world and shit, right? Under a different name and shit. It's like, oh, when you come out, come holler at me. And blase this, we could do this and do that. And I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? You got caught with another first about this man, all that shit. But my dumb ass, when I got out, I had to do. I was with the hoe. I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I went smashed her a couple of times.
Yeah, there you go. You know, it's always, you know, a situation where everyone thinks that they could probably, if they put enough planning to it, escape one of these. Have you ever thought of trying to escape? And if you ever did, what would you have done? Like, did you see any holes as far as any way? Did you ever see anything? Or if you knew anyone that tried to escape?
No, I ain't never thought about escaping this. You know what I'm saying? My only escape is shit was just making one of them kill me and get it over with. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't never thought about escaping because from all the stories I hear, nobody ever did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, that was per se hollering at nurses and shit like that, and then ducked them into this and that and tried to get them out, but shit, they ain't making them further than the front gate. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not saying it never happened before, because I'm quite sure done escaping like that, but while I was around, it never happened.
Did you ever see a man get violated there? I mean, beat up, but just like a man who his
See
manhood.
that shit every day, man. Like,
Was there ever someone that
Niggas
was
took
close
his
to you
manhood
that
every
you
day.
just felt like bad for? Like, what was it? Was there a situation where someone you knew got violated, or was it just a situation?
no, I ever got close to got violated. And but I did feel sorry for a couple of niggas and shit. Hell, I feel sorry for any nigga to get his ass ran up in. You know what I'm saying? But my thing used to be this, and I stopped feeling sorry for because I seen one play that made me realize that you wanted that, man. You wanted that, man, because how can one take you in the cell, y'all at the door, y'all in there fighting. Next thing you know, it's quiet and shit, and you
Oh no.
taking in the ass. Now you this nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's not logical. Cause let me show you. On East Ham, I seen a white boy about 5'2", little bitty. He go into the shower. Now the showers is differently everywhere you go. And East Ham, them up look like this room. The whole thing is just one big flow with a bunch of showers and shit coming down with the water.
Hell no.
And then you got the laundry and wall right here with the people waiting to give you something to dry off with, and then change your clothes and shit, and you get back in the line and they escort you back to your unit. You know what I'm saying? To your dorm and shit like that, right? So if you ain't I mean, you can't help but see another man and all this shit when you got a line right here taking a shot, line right here, line depending on what the line you in, you like to see everybody. So you know the and shit, the booty bandits, that's they sit to the back. They gonna make sure they get to the end of the line so they can be back up looking at that and all this and jacking off and all this. So one day this little white boy, you know what I'm saying, came up in this bitch, and this name Jack Black. You know, everybody know this. When this nigga come around, he come to swing and bang. That's all he want. He a booty bandit. He love white boys, right?
Hell no.
You know, and about 4 of his partners was in that bitch showering. I'm on the end right here. I'm showering, and it got too quiet in that bitch. I knew something was finna happen. So all of a sudden, this shit, they woke up, and then the dude say, he say, "Hey, you drop your soap?" So he looked down. He said, "I ain't drop no soap." So he took his soap and dropped it right in front of him. He said, "You did now? Pick it up." So he hesitated. He was like, "No, I'm good. I don't, that's your soap." So he punched him in the back. Pick it up. So dude's like, "All right," you know what I'm saying? So the dude picked the soap up. So they looking at him and she's like, "Yeah, you ain't been ran up in yet?"
Oh man. This the movie shit. The soap drop. I know it's watery and slippery, but like at that second when he do that whole you dropped your soap, you're not even supposed to get at no chance. Bow! And we just in there now fighting. You feel me?
Today your lucky day. So I scooted up because I was like, "Nah, I don't want no parts of this shit." So I scooted up, bro. Next thing you know, the white boy was like, he said, "I don't get down like that." He said, "You gonna get down like that today?" So he turned around and tried to swing on Jack Black, not knowing that the other 4 dudes that stayed right there with him, they all want to partake in the Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Pilgrim.
So how do you get out of that? Bro? Because it sounds like my tactic wouldn't have worked.
So,
Pilgrim.
Go to swinging, they go to grabbing. Boom, 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 boom. They beating his ass. They had with that white boy. They had to hold his arm, hold both arms, and hold both legs and shit for Jack Black to get up in that nigga and for them to take turns on that boy. When I seen that, I say, ain't no way, no one gonna run up in no cell with you hold and turn around, come out holding this, talking about, "I fought to the death." No, you didn't. You wanted that dick. Even if you had to bite that nigga off, you know what I mean?
Facts. Okay. So, okay. Right. Okay. Cause you got like I'm talking about you can't even he said he can hold his ass and say I fought to the death. I'm nigga like you got my arm leg on like I'm in that whole fighting so biting. Yeah, okay. Right. Like it's just gonna be like I said this before, nigga gonna have to be knocked out, sleep. They put me to sleep. I'm unconscious. But it's gonna be the hardest. This gonna be the most difficult shit you ever. They be like, it wasn't even worth it. You see what I'm saying?
Like that dick. Even if you had to bite that nigga off, and you know what I mean? It'd be the first and last time a dick be in your mouth.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, shout out to Jack Black. Damn. Did you ever have to go to solitary?
Oh yeah, plenty of times.
What was it like? What was the worst solitary situation that you had to deal with? As far as where was it at? Which unit were you in? And how long were you there? And like, what'd you have to go through? Mentally, what'd you have to go through?
I had 2 people in my family that died at one time, at the same time. It was too much for me. I got a letter that, we just gonna say it's a Wednesday. I don't remember what day it was. Let's say on Wednesday, I got this letter saying such and such died. So, you know what I'm saying? And then the following morning, the chaplain called me down there. They called me to the chapel and I go down there. And I'm thinking the phone call is to call my people for this person. But they're calling me down there because another person had died. So I'm like, no. So I'm up. I go back to my cell. So I'm chilling. It's lunchtime now. And they like say, bro, I'm like, I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. Mail time come, I don't want to hear my name called, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm pissed off. So I go out there and I squat, lean against the wall and fall down there and sit down. And I guess I was tearing up. I was tearing up because I was hurt, So it came about playing with me, and it's the wrong time to be playing with me. Mm-hmm. So I was like, go ahead, bro. I ain't with that today. You know what I'm saying? He told my wife. And the other time, so he punched me in my shoulder. So we play boxing and shit. I say, bro, stop fucking playing with me, bro. I ain't in the mood. So I'm still sitting like this, with my hands over my knees like this on the floor. So he pushed my head like this, and I turn around.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. You don't see and understand that, nigga. I told you, I'm going through shit. I ain't playing around today. What's up with niggas, bro?
I just cold cocked and bow. That led to us getting up under them stairs. He's like, oh, you want to fight? Come on, let's go. So we get up under the stairs. Everybody watching for the police and shit. So we get up under there, we fight. We get caught. They come up in there, lay everybody down, handcuff us and take us to solitary. So I stayed in solitary for like 2 weeks. But I got a case of fighting. And then when they found out the reason why I was lashing out was because 2 people them died. You know what I'm saying? They were just like, you need some time to yourself. I'm like, I'm good. Just let me out this. They left me in that bitch for 2 weeks, nigga. And when I tell you, I literally lost my mind. I lost my mind. It was cold in there. It was dark in there. And every time they open the bean slot open to bring my food, and I was just to the point where I kick that shit out. And when I do that, knock it on the floor, here come the Ninja Turtles. Suit up. Shield in their hand and shit. They open that bitch, run up in there, beat my ass, and put me to sleep.
Wow.
Did you ever contemplate suicide? Ever once?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Now, normally, and thank you for these stories. There's so many more to get, but we do these prison stories to try to let people know, the realities of not only jail but prison life, fed, state, whatever. What advice? And I was trying to end these segments as far as giving advice to those who haven't been. What to expect when they go in? How should they maneuver? What should they do? What are some rules of engagement when someone hits the yard for the first time? Or how can they get through their time?
But that's kind of hard to answer. For the simple fact that I don't know where they're going. Because
you've been to a lot of places though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's not just me. Many people have been in many places. If you're doing state time is totally different from fed time. You know what I'm saying? You have a whole different set of rules to go by when you're in the feds versus being in the state or being in a state jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let's play this scenario by scenario. For someone commit a crime, they have to go do 5-10 years in state. What are some advice can you give someone in TDC, Texas, as far as how should they approach it day one? They know nothing. All their life they've been to themselves, and now they're going to a situation where they have to deal with other men. how should they go about it? How, you know, as far as dealing with the reality of being there, friends, foes. Give them some tips if you don't mind, if there are any to give.
I mean, my reality of it is be a man. You know what I'm saying? And be on man time. Do your own time. Because when you get with a group of individuals and shit that you feel that got your back, you're gonna be the main one having their back, but in the end, they ain't gonna have your back. You know, you're not my friend. You're not my protector if I'm with you and you turn around and hand me 20, 30 knives and shit and tell me go hide them. This is your responsibility. But yet I got an outdate. I got a chance to go home. You got life.
Yeah.
And even if you only got 25, 30 years, it's just like having life. You ain't gonna make it out of here, partner. So why the I gotta sit up there and hold your shit? If you gave a fuck about me and wanted to see me go home and shit, you wouldn't put me on these crash dummy missions. But do that shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? And then you get caught, shit, gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So my advice to a person is, man, do your own damn time. But first of all, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Because when you get down there, ain't nobody having no sympathy for you. You got been down there and shit, got numbers that start with a 1. You know what I'm saying? And then you got that just, they was raised in this, you know what I'm saying? So nothing ain't finna have no sympathy for you. If I could talk you out your, that's just what I'm gonna do. If I could talk you out your food, that's just what I'm gonna do. If I could talk you into holding these knives and shit, or when I say, hey, sick 'em, this nigga and shit piss me off, go get him. I ain't listen to my mama and daddy when I was in the street. I'm gonna come in here and listen to you for?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So, be a man at the end of the day. Do your own time, man. Even if it's gonna cost you a little bit. Take that fade and go about your business.
Yeah.
I did what y'all wanted to do. You see I ain't no hoe, leave me be.
Yeah.
But if you're going to the feds, you don't have them options. Choose, lose, or be confused.
Yeah, what would you not give the same tips to a person going to feds, like as far as should he find an alliance in the feds or should he do his own time?
Oh, you're gonna find an alliance, period. You're gonna have a choice. If you get on Christian time, it's no different than being a GD or a disciple, crip, blood, or mission. It don't make a difference. Because you're gonna tote that thing and you're gonna protect your brothers, just like you protect yourself. When one move, we all move. When you go to the feds, the one thing that you're gonna learn, you are responsible for what every in here does. And you might be like, how? That ain't got nothing to do with me? Yes, it does. And let me show you why. Say we in the line, in the child hall line, and these two young go skip the line and jump up here. One from New York, and these two from New York. You know what I'm saying? Boom. So it don't matter who it is, they gonna get upset. Say, bro, back in line that way. They gonna up that thing on you and shit and gut your ass up. That's gonna start a riot. Yeah. Because if I'm from where you from, I'm not supposed to stand there and let nobody do nothing to you, whether you were wrong or right. We'll talk about what you did wrong later. Right now, we all finna get into it. So anything somebody doing shit, you're responsible for it. And even if it's New York and Louisiana or New York and Texas, it still has something to do with you. Why? Because when it comes, boom, and they lock this down, I ain't the only one not getting commissary. I'm not the only one going to get my up. I'm not the only one who ain't getting them drugs coming in here or get my package and shit delivered. I'm not the only one and shit not getting my mail and shit. Got sitting there smelling them all night.
Yeah.
We all got to go through it. And don't nobody want to go through it. So what an old head will do, when some shit pop off and shit and they see it finna do, they all gonna say, hey, look out, come here. Come holler at you. And they're gonna try to dead that shit.
Yeah.
Because you with my money now. You with me getting visitation from my wife and my kids now.
Right.
That's real. That's real. Man, with that being said, and I'm glad you speak on that before we get out as the young dudes versus the old heads. While you was in there versus feds or state, who got more respect in each scenario, the states or the feds, the young or the old, when it comes to
the old heads is always gonna have the respect. The majority of them anyway, unless you just a fool.
And did you have any, can you speak on, before we get out, anybody that you respected while in there, any older figure that was maybe doing something?
Yeah, it was quite a few of them from different walks of life, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You always gonna have that one that did everything that you wish you would have did. Had that wisdom and that knowledge and shit to move like they move and have what they have. You know, that's just a given. That's just how it is. But you talk when you go in the feds and them niggas, bro. Because when the shit hit the fan, he gonna be the main nigga gut your ass up. Stick with your people. You from Texas, that's who you need to be rocking with.
There you go. Well, with that being said, man,
Damn. I didn't even know he was gonna watch this whole thing, man. Woo! Shout out this man right here. You know what I'm saying? I hope he can stay out and live a good, prosperous life, man, for real. Cause this shit he make, bro, these shit scare a nigga, bro. I can't. I ain't trying to live like that, man. I love my free life. That being said, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, bro. Like the video, so comment up, bitch, rest in the channel. I love you. I appreciate y'all. I'm great for y'all. And we going, man. Eddie, lad, do it.